Here are the players I would trade before it's too late in fantasy football. You may be asking why Najee Harris when he's looked better with Russell Wilson and this is a run-heavy offense. Well, when do you need him most? The fantasy playoffs. In the semifinals and the finals, who does he play? He plays the Chiefs, he plays the Ravens. Two very good run defenses. So, I would try and trade him. Next guy I'd look to trade is Michael Pittman, not just because he's underperforming, but because the Colts' playoff schedule is pretty tough, especially even in the quarterfinal rounds. And Josh Downs is the number one receiver when Joe Flacco is playing. You guys might not like this one, but Zay Flowers. This is the all-time high price you can sell him for, and his playoff schedule is brutal comparatively to other wide receivers, in the same realm as Zay Flowers. He plays the Giants, 9th ranked pass defense, right? Yeah, they haven't been great, but they're still 9th ranked pass defense, right? In the quarterfinal round. Then he plays Houston in the semifinal round. That's a top 5 pass defense. I believe they're 3rd. And then Pittsburgh in the championship. And that's fine because Pittsburgh is, I think, the 21st ranked pass defense. But we know how Pittsburgh steps up in big games. I think you can get a lot in return for him right now. And that's why I'd recommend trading him for an elite player. Because of that tough schedule, I'd also sell Mark Andrews. I would try and get something in return, maybe a Cade Otton, maybe somebody with a better playoff schedule at the tight end position. You guys are going to hate this one too, but sell high on Joe Mixon. I know he's averaging 23 fantasy points per game when he's healthy from start to finish in a football game. But his playoff schedule, he plays the Ravens, top run defense in the NFL, Chiefs, another top defense in the NFL against the run, top 5, top 3, right? So that's the semifinals and championship. That's when you're going to need him most. He might have his off games then. I'd also look to see what you can get for Jonathan Taylor. Like maybe you can get Achane for Jonathan Taylor. Maybe you can get CMC for Jonathan Taylor. Like maybe you can even get James Cook and somebody else for Jonathan Taylor. I would take all of that because he plays Tennessee and Denver in 2 of the 3 playoff matchups. Sure, he'll get New York Giants in one of those games. He'll probably go off. I believe that's the championship. But you may not get there if he does bad against those 2 really good rush defenses the 2 weeks previous. I would also trade David Montgomery, and here's why. Play San Francisco in the championship, right? If you get there and you have David Montgomery, you're relying on him right now. And I'm not saying it's bad because he's still David Montgomery. He'll get a touchdown almost every week, probably every other week. I know Jahmyr Gibbs has significantly outplayed him recently, but it's important because you can get a lot in return for him right now. He's averaging 16 fantasy points. You could get maybe a Deebo Samuel. You could maybe get somebody like James Cook for him. Maybe somebody does that. There are some guys you can get that have easier playoff schedules than David Montgomery and aren't in a timeshare backfield. Did I miss anybody? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to follow for tight end and quarterback rankings this week and more fantasy football content like this.